Welcome back to Through the Groove, episode 3. Yeah?
Episode 3, yeah. Today we're going to carry on talking about our personal musical journeys.
Not ours.
No. I mean, we've done me.
No, we do me.
Now we're going to do you. We're going to do Hannah. Hannah's musical journey from youth to
young manhood.
Young boyhood. All the way through to your young boyhood.
What reference was that?
I don't know.
Kings of Leon.
Oh, shut up. Hipster.
What? Hipster. Have you heard
that
recent album?
Your musical journey. So I've got the questions that you asked me last video.
But you're not going to ask me those, are you?
I am, yeah. I'm going.
Oh, okay.
Got to keep the format, haven't we? So Hannah Blakemore, your first musical encounter, please. What was the first?
Other than inside the womb, as I'm kindly told so many times.
Yeah. Maybe one you can remember, and not one that's
been forced upon me.
Forced upon you, yeah. Let's go with one. Your first musical encounter that you can remember.
Well, for someone who really likes music, they can't really remember a fat lot about their musical journey. First musical encounter, probably going to say school, probably going to say early years. So it's Britney, Steps, Spice Girls, Westlife.
When you were going down the whole school early years thing, I was really hoping beyond anything else you were going to go the hymns. Give me oil in my lamp.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
Yeah. I was hoping you were going to go down that route, but okay, I'm disappointed. But so Steps, Britney.
We had our own school song, I'll Have You Know.
You had an anthem? You had a first school anthem?
We did.
Wow.
And
do you care to give us a rendition of that?
Maybe. St. Nicholas First School is where we belong.
I'm astonished.
Happy and caring, we'll sing you a song. St. Nicholas School's the place to be. We're happy to be. So fucking pitchy. St. Nicholas School's the place where we all like to be.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think we should just stop this channel right now. I think we've hit a peak already. We've hit a peak, and we're never gonna achieve any higher than that.
And then when our headmistress turned 50, they swapped all the lyrics
for her birthday.
Yeah, for a birthday.
Fucking hell.
That I cannot remember. Soz guys.
Wow! I can't believe you remember that. So really, that was your first music. It wasn't.
We sing that when we're drunk. Like,
do you?
If I'm with the crew.
The Saint Nick crew.
Saint Nick crew. We whack that out. That was in tandem, skipping down the roads of Codsall.
That was intense. It was genuinely intense. I'm astonished. Anyway, back to your. I don't know if I can carry on now. Back to Steps, Britney, and whatever else that you used to listen to. The pop music, kind of where I started then, but not
as generic as where you were. I was more of a Britney person. I loved a bit of Britney, but who didn't? Because she was like, you know, before she went crazy and shaved her hair off. Album number 3, I definitely got up to In the Zone before I gave up on Britney. Like she gave up on herself.
She did, to be fair.
And then I got have you seen her most recent video where she's basically just dancing in her underwear?
She's still making music?
Yeah.
Why?
You know. So yeah, it was early pop.
Early pop more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
in those early years, your first music encounter, what was? It
was like I went to school and I listened to pop, and then I bought my pop CDs. But when I didn't have a choice of what we were listening to Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, Marillion.
So your early encounters really were a mixture of modern at the time pop and old people music.
Which then led me to liking Busted. Pop rock.
Busted. So this brings me on to your first conscious choice. So those were your first like early memories of music. But what was the first conscious choice? What was the first album you bought, or the first time you chose to buy a single, or chose a specific artist to play.
I got CDs like for Christmas and things, so that was like, you know, you probably got games for Christmas. I got CDs, so I was getting like Britney on CD. I was getting Oops, I Did It Again.
Were those your choices?
I did like Britney. I think my first conscious choice from when I earned my own money was...
Like the first time you were like, okay, I need this song in my life. I need to buy this album. I need to buy this.
Hearsay?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Now let's unpack that.
Ooh,
Hearsay.
I don't even know why. I think it's because the whole Pop Idol thing. Like,
was it Pop Idol that one, or was it the one before that? Was it Fame Academy?
No, I think it was Pop Idol.
Was Fame Academy a thing? It was, wasn't it?
That was like a shitty Channel 4 thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was only on a Saturday morning or something stupid.
Didn't Pop Idol come after? There was something else before Pop Idol.
Pop Stars, Girls Aloud. Oh, I should have said Girls Aloud.
Was it Pop Stars?
Girls Aloud came after Hearsay though. But up until at least middle school, I was, like before I went into high school, I was solid mainly pop and then dabbled in other areas.
So your first musical choice, your conscious choice, the album you bought was Hearsay?
I mean, I'm sticking with Britney.
Yeah, but you didn't buy it.
I don't think I bought Hearsay though. And then the only other one that I can think of is the Hoosiers, but that's a long time to have gone.
Yeah. So there must have. But so the one you can remember, the one that stuck out for you was Hearsay. And All Britney.
And All Britney, yeah.
So from Britney and Hearsay, and I believe Liberty X, was that one of yours? It was Liberty X. You're a big fan of Liberty X, weren't you?
I was a big fan of Liberty X.
And Girls Aloud.
And Girls Aloud.
How the hell did you go from that to the most indie of indie kids I've ever met? Like, how did that change?
Well, I started listening to more of what Mom and Dad were playing. So, like, Bon Jovi, Nickelback.
The old people music.
The old people music, apparently. Oh, no, I remember this. Year 6, they'd just redone, or was it Year 7? I'm going to say Year 7. They'd just redone the computer suite at Codsall Middle. They'd redone the computer suite. And you know when you don't really do your work and you get the little proxy so you can get onto YouTube? So for a solid hour, I watched Foo Fighters' Best of You music video on repeat. And I'd say I started making the transition from pop into more of a rock, because then I started listening to more indie when I got to high school. Because
of you hacking the school computer system?
Well, I asked the lad next to me how did he play that game. But I didn't want to play a game, I just wanted to watch YouTube.
And then you were watching the Foo Fighters' Best of You music video. I remember that. That was Year 8, because I remember...
Was it Year 8?
I remember because in Year 8, it was right at the end of Year 8, we had to do... in English, we had to do a music assignment. Pick a song and then analyse the song. And the song that we picked was Best of You, Foo Fighters.
So you're doing that in Year 8 and I'm just watching a video on repeat for a solid hour.
Yeah.
Very different schools.
Yeah. So was Foo Fighters and Best of You the doorway to all that stuff? Or did you know Foo Fighters because of your mum and dad and then that kind of led into all the indie stuff?
Well, they bought the In Your Honour album,
yeah.
So we were listening to that a lot more. And when we were going on camping trips, that album kind of soundtracked our weekends away. So whenever I think of us going away on holiday, it's a Foo Fighters album, because they started with In Your Honour and then they worked back and got
that's what I did. I started when I first liked Foo Fighters because of In Your Honour and went backwards. Yeah. In Your Honour, double album.
Yeah.
Wasn't one
had a RAM acoustic on it or something like that, yeah.
One was acoustic.
Yeah.
It was an acoustic album. And
because I had Best of You, DOA.
To be fair, that album actually got me interested in the screamy heavy music.
The screamy heavy. See, screamy heavy, didn't really dabble in that until about Year 9. You know, that's when you discover some of your emo friends and you start listening to Fall Out Boy and Avenged Sevenfold and AFI.
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance was a big high school album for me.
All the people that cried listened to that one at our school. Yeah.
All the people with their big thick eyeliner.
Yeah. So what made you after that then? What kind of led into the whole I want to be indie?
So as soon as I was told that I'm allowed to go to a gig on my own, the first thing I did was I got on the Civics website, because I was only allowed to go to Wolverhampton, because, you know, back in the day there's people going to kill you and shit. So got on the Civics website and I was like, right, I ain't got a lot of money because Paper Round doesn't pay that much. So we'll go down. Oh, who are these? These sound cool. The Maccabees. It's going to be the Maccabees, wasn't it? The Maccabees, £8. I was like, oh, cool. And you know, when you sit, you know, when you're little, and I say little, you're not that little when you're 13, and you're watching, you just spend all day, every day, in the 6 weeks holiday watching the music videos. You're like watching The Box, you're watching like Enemy, Smash Hits and all that. And then I just remember this little video with little thumbs, and they had different outfits on, and it was Maccabees About Your Dress, and I was like, oh, I know the Maccabees, I'll go see them for £8. I convinced a couple of my mates, so we all ended up going to see the Maccabees for £8 at the Civic.
So the reason you went to see the Maccabees is because you knew one song?
Because I knew one song and my mum would let me.
Nice. And then that was like that brings me on to the next question, actually. Your first gig?
Was Bon Jovi and Nickelback at Milton Keynes.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the Maccabees.
No, my first gig was Bon Jovi with Nickelback support at Milton Keynes. Mum and Dad took me. It was dead good. It was obviously a big, massive stadium. But then because I'd been to a gig and I knew what to expect, Mum and Dad were like, oh yeah, you can go to ones in Wolverhampton. So then that's when I got obsessed. So then we went to see the Maccabees. And then once we'd seen the Maccabees, it was like, oh, who else can we see? Oh, look, there's Maximo Park. There's this. There's Franz Ferdinand, the Pigeon Detectives.
Right.
So I just bought as many tickets as I humanly can because I was allowed to do it.
It's all piecing together now. It's all falling into place. So you went to the Bon Jovi, whatever it was, saw that.
Yeah, liked it.
Yeah, liked it. And then, so that was your first gig, but your first real gig that made you tumble down this rabbit hole was the Maccabees.
The Maccabees, back when you could still smoke in venues.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, nice. You could still smoke in venues
nice.
then.
Well, that was a nice atmosphere.
It was
full of cancer and death.
It was very different. I remember going to the first gig. I can't remember what gig it was, but I remember going to the first gig that you couldn't smoke, and it was a very different thing. Like, it's a very different atmosphere when people couldn't smoke. It was a bit like when we went to Amsterdam and everyone was smoking in there. Not necessarily cigarettes, but it gave it a bit more of a feel. And I think because like smoking and drinking is associated with music, when you took one of those away, it was a bit like, oh, all you've got now is music and drinking. I mean, it's nice because I didn't come home with like fag ash in my hair, but
it's not a bad thing.
It was very different.
So you went to these gigs, Maximo Park, things like that.
Yeah.
What else? What were the bands?
Pigeon Detectives.
So it's kind of the early indie days, Razor Lights, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you see Arctic Monkeys when they were?
No,
you didn't, did you?
No, I remember the day that they played the Civic.
But you didn't go.
So many people from school went, and I was like, oh. But I didn't really jump on the Arctic Monkeys bandwagon until after that gig had happened. Like, I liked them, but...
So you missed it. You missed the opportunity to see them in a smaller venue.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because I didn't start seeing them until Suck It and See.
Yeah.
But that also came down to the fact that I didn't start going to gigs outside of Wolverhampton until I was like 16. So I wasn't going to Birmingham until I was like 16 to see gigs, like 15, 16, over the fact that when I first started going, I was like 13, 14. Was
there kind of a shift then when you started leaving Wolverhampton and started going to Birmingham a bit more, where the music scene's a bit more vibrant, I'd say? Was there a shift then from, because you started falling down this indie route, this popular indie route?
Yeah.
Did that kind of drag you into sort of the newer music, the less popular, the more kind of bands that you never really heard of, but you have for some strange reason?
Yeah, like, because obviously you've got more venues in Birmingham and you've got smaller venues that have like a 200 capacity. So like people like when Lucy Rose first started coming about, we saw her in the Temple. I saw London Grammar in the 200 capacity sold out room, and that was great. But I saw them as a support and I was like, oh, I really like this. And then they supported Theme Park, and got free tickets to go see Theme Park as well. That was dead good. And I just fell down a route, but I was always that person that was like, we need to be there for the support act, because the bands also put a lot of effort into who supports them, so it's important to go and see these acts, which are going to essentially be the future.
The new up and comers. Like you've got to go and pay your respects to them as well, haven't you? At the same time, yeah.
And there's been times where we've gone and seen a band, and then we've liked the support band, and then we've started following them. Like when Peace used to have Swim Deep, then I used to go see Swim Deep. Then they had Superfood, then we'd go see Superfood. We saw Superfood, and they had Wolf Alice supporting. And to me, I'm like, oh man, that should have been the complete other way around. Wolf Alice are way ahead of the game, but they supported a smaller band.
Didn't we go and see Jamie T and Slaves was supposed to be the support act, but then they pulled out and Superfood dropped in?
Yeah.
First time.
Yes.
That was when
I'm sure that's
Carry On the Grudge.
Yes.
That out in Birmingham, yeah. Slaves were supposed to be there, because that was the first time we listened to Slaves.
Yeah.
No, that's
the second time I saw the Maccabees, this folk band supported Mumford & Sons. But also, you know what I mean? You find loads of people that they all interconnect, and I think that's quite nice, because you can really see a community. Like with Slaves' new album, on their new video for Chokehold, you see the drummer from Peace audition to be Isaac. You see the Maccabees drummer Sam. Royal Blood's drummer. You see all the community all come together just for a music video, just for a lark. Like they all connect, and I think it's nice to see that there's a lot of friendship in there. It's more than just
bands kind of being separate from each other. Yeah, they all kind of work together towards a common goal in a way, which is like
when Dom,
being the best performers they can be.
Yeah, exactly. Like when Dom broke his arm, and Peace just started touring their album again. Well, Sam from the Maccabees isn't doing anything anymore, so he did the whole tour with him, and I was like, oh, that's good. Like, well done.
Yeah, it's a nice community of musicians, and one that you kind of dived into a little bit with going to gigs and stuff. I feel like going to gigs and seeing live music has really informed your music tastes and your experience with music more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, with me, it was like video games or something like that. But
yeah.
With you,
it's how many gigs can a humanly possible pack into 1 year?
Yeah. Because
live gigs are going to make you live forever.
Yeah. So that's it. That's your music journey.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, right up until with you.
Now, yeah. Right up until now with me.
Yeah, I like to be that person who's informing other people of new shit they should be listening to.
And the easiest way to do that is to go to live gigs and see that new shit, because I suppose you're getting first exposure to a lot of new stuff, like in terms of support acts and new songs that bands break out.
You've got to be good live to be good on a record. It's easy to be good on record, but you can be shit live. Like, you need to be both. You can't be one or the other. You've got to have that nice even keel, because otherwise, like, there's some, like, I was listening to some bands earlier, some new people. I was like, oh, I can't. Like, I was like, I listened to it. I was like, I'll give it a bit more time. I went, I can't. I was like, it's just shit. I was like, oh, I quite like the guitar, and then the vocals, I was like, no, next.
So that's it. That's Hannah's musical journey from embarrassing school songs.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
I cannot wait to hear your rendition. I can't wait to listen back to We Are St. Nicholas. Or whatever that fucking song was. It's going to be great.
It was pitchy as fuck.
Yeah. So from that to finding the newest bands out there by going to gigs and still doing that to this day.
And speaking of new bands,
what?
I mean, they're not that new, but Album of the Month, Shame
Album of the Month, still
was out in February, but
I think it's April. I don't know. It's been a while.
I got it you for Valentine's Day.
Oh, I'm a good boyfriend. Yeah.
Because I made the poor bastard in HMV dig through his delivery so I could give it to you.
Oh, aren't you kind?
I know, I was meant to leave him some feedback and I didn't. Soz.
You want to leave him some feedback now?
Man in Birmingham, you were very good. Forgot his name. I think his name was Matthew or something like that.
All right, we'll end it there then. So that's it. Your musical journey done. Episode number 3, part 3. I don't know how we're going to number these things. You're not keen on episodes, are you? Episode numbers. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Figure 2.
So yeah, let us know what figure through the groove. Fig .1. Yeah, let us know what you think of the video. You can find us on Twitter at
Groove Through.
Groove Through. I thought it was 3 Groove.
Groove Through on Twitter because they're spastic.
All the social media things are going to be in the description. Let's not even bother. They're probably going to be on the screen somewhere. We haven't got around to editing that bit yet. I've not figured that out.
I won't be editing anything.
No, you won't. I'm doing all that painful hard work. It's great.
I have a job.
You do your job. You're doing well. Please like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, or give it a thumbs down if you don't. Whatever. We'd like your interaction, please. Also, comment on the video. Give us some ideas. We'd love to know what you think and what you think we should talk about musically. And obviously, subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends. All that usual YouTube malarkey.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Let's end it like that. Bye.